What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Check it out without a doubt. Let's see what this bad boy is all about, man. Ooh, Lord have mercy. The industry, the music industry, the movie industry, even the stars and the pros, man, these people been through some they've been through some crazy stuff, man. These millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires and quadrillionaires, people moving this money around. They some nasty, freaky, wanna have that's with everybody type people. Anyway, check it out. Clive Davis' name just got dropped on day 9 in trial. What the I got that from Ariel. Shout out to Ariel. Christian, one of my people that's working with us, man, is in the hospital, man. So let's pray for him. Christian, shout out to Christian, man. He is so sick that he said, Uncle Mike, you don't have to pay me because I don't feel good and I'm not working. And I'm like, nah, dog, we gonna still pay you. We want you to do the work, but we want you to get well first. We want you to get better, man. I got people that I'm keeping in my prayers, man. I pray, man. I hope y'all out there praying, man. Don't just pray for yourself. God don't want you to pray for just yourself. Think Uncle Mike about to preach again. Look here. Again, man, I got so much stuff on my mind that's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, man. Clive, we already know Puffy, Clive, and a lot of other Oprah, Ellen, a lot of them, y'all hands are not squeaky clean, and we know that. That's what the problem is. Now we gotta figure out and show proof that you did it. Y'all got a lot of skeletons in y'all closet, man. And I'm glad, thank you, Jesus, that y'all kept me away from that. I had the talent to get in. I done proved that shit to y'all, excuse me. And I'm crazy enough to get in. But my problem is I cannot hurt other people, not on purpose. I refuse to do anything negative to anyone. Period. That's not in my nature, baby. My nature is to help people. So y'all hit that subscribe button, help Uncle Mike, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out.
You know some of the big names. I'm just curious if you have any names. You don't seem like somebody.
Well, number one was Clive Davis.
She was beat. They saw her body.
Wow.
She didn't just die in a tub. Like, she was beat up.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy.
Seems like the court has been narrowing down their work, and Clive Davis just got trapped in the crosshairs of the Diddy trial.
2 decades worth of criminality by Clive Davis, and that guy has not spent one night in jail. That's what's amazing about him.
With Cassie's recent testimony, everything got exposed, including Diddy aid to Clive in orchestrating some shady business. So, what's the role of Clive in this trial? And how did Diddy help him? Let's find out. Another day of this jaw-dropping courtroom circus just took a wild turn. Cassie, who's already shaken the industry with her past revelations, came through with a scorcher of a testimony, and she ain't pulling any punches this time. Among the bombshells, she name-dropped Clive Davis, alleging that the legendary music mogul was present at some of the infamous Freakoffs, orchestrated by none other than Diddy himself.
Questioning about Combs' drug habits. If he was a high-functioning addict. When asked what Combs was addicted to, Ventura's response was success.
But here's where it gets even messier. Clive and Diddy, they go way back. We're talking decades. Clive was Diddy's mentor, his industry godfather. The relationship started when Diddy was just 23 years old, hungry for power, fame, and connections. And guess who opened those golden doors for him? Clive Davis. Some even say Clive helped shield Diddy from early scandals. pulling strings behind closed doors to protect his protege's empire from crumbling before it even started.
Diddy and Clive Davis, have they ever had anything past business?
Now, that same mentor is being dragged into the mud, and fans are asking, was Clive just the mentor, or was he a participant all along? We're talking about a man who's been hailed as a music icon for decades. He's allegedly caught up in a web of S-parties, manipulation, and exploitation. Before Diddy, if we could think of one person who was a guru of throwing parties, it would be Clive. Now, what the internet thinks is that Clive might have mentored Diddy and created another Clive, the king of parties. Clive, a real industry bigwig, no doubt about it. But like most big shots in the biz, he's got his fair share of scandals and controversies. There have been all sorts of allegations thrown at him, questions about his personal life, and whispers about the not-so-glamorous side of those annual parties he throws. And Diddy was regular at those parties, even though Diddy was dealing with some serious heat from SA claims by a group of women before the lawsuit as well. He's supposedly still on the guest list for Clive Davis's epic pre-Grammy bash. Word on the street is that Puffy's like the VIP of the party, always getting an invite, no questions asked. Here's the kicker. Someone with sharp eyes noticed Diddy was kinda sidelined in the 2024 party invite. The year before, it was all about him. 3 flashy glam shots, front and center. But in 24, he barely made the cut, just lurking in the background behind Jay-Z and Beyoncé. And if you remember, Whitney Houston was found dead in a hotel where Clive and Diddy were throwing a Grammy party. Chaka Khan actually spoke out about it. She called out Clive Davis for still going through with the bash at the Beverly Hilton just hours after Whitney's sudden passing. In an interview on CNN's Piers Morgan Tonight, Chaka didn't hold back. She said it was complete insanity and made it clear she was not okay with how that whole situation was handled.
I thought that was complete insanity. And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that she would have said.
Chaka kept it real in her comments. She talked about who Whitney really was and made it clear that Whitney never would have wanted the party to go on like that. She pointed out how tone-deaf it was to keep the celebration going in the same building where Whitney had just died, especially knowing how much Clive Davis meant to Whitney and how big of a role he played in her career. It just hit even harder.
The show must go on. She was the kind of woman that was to stop everything. I'm not going to be there.
She was actually planning to hit up Clive Davis's annual party. But everything changed the moment she landed in LA and heard about Whitney's death. She said the news left her feeling paralyzed. On top of that, she didn't hold back about how wrong it was to have Whitney in LA for an entire week leading up to her pre-Grammy performance, especially knowing her struggles with addiction. Chaka clearly felt like the whole situation was mishandled from the jump.
I couldn't put on makeup. I couldn't get dressed. I couldn't do anything. I was paralyzed. I couldn't do anything.
Sadly, the entertainment world has seen way too many artists break under the pressure, falling victim to the dark side of fame and addiction. Whitney Houston was no exception. Her long struggle with D's, A, and heavy smoking took a serious toll. As her health kept declining, it became harder to ignore, and eventually it all caught up with her.
It's my deciding. It's my heart. It's what I want and what I don't want. Nobody makes me do anything I don't want to do.
Sources also claim that behind Whitney's addiction might be Diddy involved. Because given the history of Cassie's testimony, this is the only answer we can get yet. And Whitney's autopsy report also revealed that she was found overdosed in the hotel room. And Cassie's testimony also suggests that Diddy was also overdosed at that time. Cassie just finished some intense days of emotional testimony in court, laying out the physical, S, and psychological. A, she says she went through with Diddy, but things really took a turn during cross-examination. Diddy's lawyer, Anna Estevao, brought up an incident from February 2012, claiming Diddy had overdosed on painkillers. She asked Cassie if she remembered that, and Cassie said, yeah, she placed it right around the time Whitney Houston passed away.
From here, questioning about Combs' drug habits, if he was a high-functioning addict. When asked what Combs was addicted to, Ventura's response was success.
Cassie said that night got wild, like full-on freak-off mode. They even hit up some S-Club out in San Bernardino. Later, Diddy supposedly threw a party at the Playboy Mansion, but Cassie said she didn't hang around for all that. She just dipped and went home. But here's where it gets crazy. Folks online started digging, connecting dots, and suddenly there's this theory blowing up that Diddy and Clive Davis might have had something to do with Whitney's death. Cassie testified, "He took a very strong opioid that night. We didn't know what was happening, so took him to the hospital." Jaguar Wright's got her own theory about what really went down the night Whitney died, and it's way deeper than the official story. In a clip that's been making the rounds online, Jaguar claims Whitney had discovered something serious, something dangerous. She says Whitney knew too much. And here's where it gets wild. Jaguar points to that moment on the red carpet when Whitney handed Brandy a note. According to her, that note wasn't just some casual message. It might have been a warning or a clue. That note contained critical information about what Whitney had discovered, and that Brandy got scared after reading it.
That note to Brandy. Brandy read the note, got scared, and went back and told her brother Ray J.
Then, Jaguar says Brandy told her brother Ray J, who was supposedly dating Whitney at the time, about the note. From there, Ray J supposedly went straight to Diddy and spilled what was in it. Jaguar thinks Diddy, after hearing what Whitney knew, took that info over to music mogul Clive Davis. Jaguar claims Diddy told Ray J to go into Whitney's hotel room to make her comfortable. Once she was chilled out, Jaguar believes Diddy himself went in and basically did the job, hinting that he was directly involved in what happened to Whitney.
I believe it was Diddy that came to that room and did the job himself.
On that day, all the big names from the music world were in LA for the Grammys. Whitney, with her family and friends, checked into the Beverly Hilton Hotel. It was a Grammy tradition for Clive Davis, Whitney's mentor, to throw a pre-Grammy party. While everyone was getting ready for the night, Whitney's assistant, Mary Jones, had just laid out Whitney's dress on the bed and stepped out of the room. What happened during those few minutes was a mystery until Mary came back and found Whitney unconscious, face down in a bathtub full of water. Sadly, Whitney was declared dead right there at 3:55 p.m. that day.
Good morning, George. It happened here at 3:43 yesterday afternoon when a member of Houston's entourage located her body inside this hotel. So far, police and the coroner are refusing to.
And during the investigation, the police discovered an open champagne bottle and a spoon containing a white crystal-like substance in close proximity to Whitney Houston. The coroner's report, released several weeks later, attributed Houston's death to heart disease, the use of C, and right now Diddy's lawsuit also revolved around the use to D's. Not only he drank, but claims suggest that he also forced other rappers to use that substance as well, and that's what he is facing in the court.
Describing how Combs allegedly used lies, drugs, threats, and violence to threaten and coerce women to have sex with him in front of male escorts.
The lawsuit alleges that Diddy had a preference for a substance known as pink C, 2CB, or 2CI. This substance, classified as phenylethylamine, 2CB, is a blend of ecstasy and C.
2C is the cocaine, but they take the ketamine and cook it up, and they fold it into the coke.
So, since Clive and Diddy have been tight for ages and seem to share the same goals and mindset.
Man, Jaguar be knowing a little bit of everything, baby. Golly. Here we go.
Some folks think it's possible they teamed up to get Whitney hooked on D's. The theory goes that at one of their parties, they took advantage of her and pushed her into an overdose that ended up causing her death. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.
That's crazy, man. Oh, rest in peace to Whitney. Oh my God. It's funny because I wasn't into doing these videos and all that good stuff, to the point that I just knew she passed away, poor thing, and I kept moving with my life. But the more I see, especially Ray J all involved with this stuff, Ray J know, and he's one of the gatekeepers. When I call, well, he's one of the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And you notice that hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, they monkeys. Think about it. Think about it. It's a deeper meaning behind all this stuff. You know, they just, you know, when they just monkeys, they just do what other people tell them to do. And they keep their mouth shut, they keep their ears covered, and they keep their eyes covered. I agree, say keep their ears covered, keep their eyes covered. But that's it's written all over the boy, man. He can't help it. It shows right on his shoulders, man, that he's a hear no evil, see no evil monkey. You know, allegedly. Gotta say allegedly. It's all kinds of stuff going on, man, behind the scenes and everything, man. So I'm working to run my own 100% my own stuff, man. So y'all pray for me and everything. And my stuff gonna be on the up and up. No Diddy. No Diddy. I ain't playing that stuff. My goal is to help people, man. So y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.